ramped up our efforts in a big way, and I started engaging with Whitney Dillard, who ran the Big Eyes Diversity Council, and she's like, "Hey, do you know Jerald Tillman?" I'm like, "No, I don't know him. Should I?" She's like, "Yeah, you need to get to know him. He's an Ohio agent." I'm like, "Well, I think I know every Ohio agent, but apparently I did not know Jerald." So I went out to his office at Easton, and we started to get to know each other. And I'll just say this: like, you'll hear his story, and I'm gonna let him tell it. And he's a very inspiring and motivating person. But diversity and inclusion issues can be uncomfortable. For folks. I mean, I'm from small town Ohio, so I'm just wasn't really introduced to a lot of the concepts. But I'll tell you this: Jerald, who's the founder of, I'd say, the leading organization supporting African American insurance professionals, approaches it in such a kind and humble way, where it's very welcoming and receptive to guys like me tripping all over themselves trying to understand, but it's appreciated, and I'm grateful for that. And that's part of the reason, but also the legacy of work that you've done on behalf of not just Ohio agents, but agents nationally.
Yes.
It is made such a profound impact on our industry. So those are my remarks, but I want to bring up John Tribble to really give the opening remarks for Jerald, and then to bring Jerald up. So thanks, John.
Thanks, Jeff. Well, it is truly an honor and a privilege to have been asked to share just a little part in recognizing Mr. Jerald Tillman. I want to tell you a little bit about me, just briefly. I'm not going to take my shirt off. I recently moved to Columbus, Ohio area. I'm the president and CEO of Ohio Bar Liability Insurance Company, and the gentleman that was just recognized is one of our agents, Mr. Coates, and we appreciate you. But a little bit more about the Lifetime Achievement Award, and then we'll bring up Jerald Tillman. But this award is really the epitome of service in the industry. It's someone who has a career, a commitment, a dedication to bringing folks forward with them. And when I think about this award, I immediately think about Jerald Tillman. I've known Jerald for probably about 15 plus years now, and I'll get to the prepared remarks that I've been asked to talk about. That are really on my heart about Jerald. And when you think about diversity and inclusion, and I'm not going to get into all the nitty gritty, but there's times in your career when you believe that if you could spend time with somebody or get to a convention, that it would be the shot in your arm that you needed to receive at that moment.
Yes, sir.
And it's because of the work that Jerald has done. I mean, he'll tell the story. I can give you cliff notes about it, but when he got in the industry, not 60 plus years ago, but probably about 50 years ago or so, he wanted to make a difference. He wanted to run his own company. A lot of people conceptually think about that, but he actually did something. He started the precursor to the NIA organization, the Association of Black Professionals, right here in Ohio. And he was making a difference. I mean, he wanted to run his own company and all that sort of thing, and he was doing that, but he was bringing others along. And then around 1997 is when he started the National African American Insurance Association. I remember my first national convention that I went to in Florida. I was with Liberty Mutual at the time, and there was probably about 200 or 300 people there in Florida.
Yeah.
The last convention I went to in Philadelphia back in September this year, I think there was probably
1,500.
1,500. See, keep me honest, 1,500 folks. There's over 30 chapters now across the U.S., and there's some tentacles, I would say, that are being reached out across the pond and in London area, and I believe probably in
Ghana,
the Bahamas, et cetera.
Ghana.
And so when you think
Caribbean.
about the thousands of lives that Jerald Tillman has impacted, I mean, folks that they didn't see themselves in the industry because they couldn't relate to some folks that were already in the industry. And Jerald said, I'm going to make a difference about that. I want to do something that impacts leadership, that really shows a generation that was still yet to come before him, after him. You can do it because I'm doing it. And I've seen him in meetings say this to folks, that if you start out as an independent agent, start out in personal lines and build up your book, you can build up residual income. It's a win-win for the customer and for you. And so I'm going to get to the prepared remarks, but I'm very passionate about what's going on at NIA. And I will tell you that I wouldn't be here today, not in this room, but I'm saying where I'm at career-wise, had it not been for the National African American Insurance Association. Because there was times when I said I wanted to make it to the VP level, and I thought that was the, nirvana. Hey, I'm a VP. But, there are folks like Jerald that says you have the ability to go beyond that. And it was seeing folks at the national convention that were in the most senior positions in the insurance industry. And for them to really nurture and cultivate my excellence, it started with this gentleman right here. So beyond just being a business owner, and he's a great one at that, he's been a beacon of hope for a lot of people. He's been a safe haven for folks when they were hurting and not knowing what to do because they didn't know who they could go to at their company. There was the Jerald Tillmans of the world, because he had mentored, and there a lot of folks in the NIA organization I can just pick up the phone and call, and now I'm one of those that are giving back as well. And so I would tell you that when you look at the 50-plus years, that the body of work, the vision, the dedication, the commitment, and everything that he's brought forward, and he's still doing it. He's a young man. I mean, he was telling me how he's doing 100 push-ups a day. He was putting me to shame. I thought I was doing something. This guy he's the real deal. And so, without further ado, I'm going to bring up Mr. Tillman. It's an honor to give you this award, but come on up. And